What's up, dudes and dudettes, and welcome back to the BBTFRG channel. As you can see, I am on the dev build today, and that can mean only one thing. It is Warships sneak peeks. But before we get into that, just a quick disclaimer about the dev build. This is a version of the game that Supercell give to me as a creator so that I can bring to you things like these sneak peeks. It's not part of the main game. It operates on a completely separate server. That's why I've got all the resources and all the diamonds, and it just looks a little bit different to and the global #1 trophy. I didn't award that. I just awarded myself that because, you know, that's just the way I roll. But yeah, it's got nothing to do with the main game, so it's not been hacked. I'm not cheating. It's not a spurious account. It's something that Supercell officially give to us. So without further ado, let's jump over to my warship. So here we are on my warship. As you can see, this is the season 49. It is storming the seas. I've had a look through the tree and I'm not disappointed, but there's nothing to write home to mama about especially. I kind of use the analogy that just like Christmas Day is full of excitement and wonder, it has to have a Christmas Eve. And season 49 is the Christmas Eve to season 50's excitement and wonder. Yes, that means season 50 is going to be something special. That's what I've been told. But that is all I can say for now. So without further ado, let's start looking at the things that you need and want to know. And we're going to start with the statue boosts. So this season we've got troop damage at 150%, troop health at 50%, building health at 100%, and defensive building damage also at 100%, with your GBE at 150% for the season. The chest reward values are pretty standard for a 3-week season, which is what this is. Maybe should have mentioned that earlier, but I'm mentioning it now. It's a 3-week season. So yeah, chest reward standard for a 3-week season. Wood is 15 keys, 260,000 tokens. Stone, 16 keys, 290,000 tokens. Iron, 18 keys, 325,000 tokens. Gold, 20 keys, 360,000 tokens. Diamond, 25 keys and 450,000 tokens. And legendary there with a whopping 30 keys and 560,000 tokens. Okay, so deck layouts are the next thing that you're probably going to want to see. Well, as you can see on the screen here, that is the 2ER layout, just a little thin landing strip up the right side of the boat with the 1 ramp open to you. Okay, so there's the 3ER deck, and we open up this portion right in the middle there. Obviously there's still the strip across the front, but that large open deck area right in the middle of the ship with all 3 sections of the right hand ramp now open to you. Let's take a look at 4ER. Okay, and there is 4ER. As you can see, the center of the deck is now sort of filling out and access to the center is widening up. I think you kind of get the idea as to where this deck's going to fill out this season. So let's jump on and have a look at 5ER. And that is the 5ER deck. As you can see, we've now got front ramp and right ramp fully open, and the deck spreading sort of wider across and just sort of filling in those gaps. 6ER deck looks like this, with both ramps still open to you and the gaps diminishing in its size and become fewer and further between. Interesting little scenario going on up the back there where you've got the gap between these 2 sections. Everything can definitely overshoot there, but potentially you know, you might be able to draw some troops round with the old targeting mechanics. So for those of you that aren't aware, noticed it a lot being asked last season, the targeting mechanics in Boom Beach work in the sense that once a troop has finished attacking or destroyed a building, it will target the next building by line of sight to it. So for example, if it targets this machine gun, none of these ERs are in the way, if it targets this machine gun, if a heavy for example targets this machine gun, once it's destroyed, the next closest building is what it's going to target. In this instance it would be this machine gun. So that heavy is now going to walk all the way around this perimeter to reach that machine gun. Now, if this perimeter is mined, if it's laden with defences, those troops are going to walk past those, over those mines. They're going to walk past those defences because they've got it in their programming, if you like, to get to that machine gun there. You can change that with a flare, but obviously dropping a flare affects all of your troops. Otherwise, if it's sort of one or two troops that are off in that direction, you might just have to let them go to their death. But for those of you that didn't know, that is why troops sometimes appear to just walk past buildings without taking the time to stop and destroy them. So let's move on to 7ER now. So finally, this is the 7ER layout with left ramp and right ramp fully open. Two little gaps on the deck for us to be able to exploit, build our bases round. But yeah, basically that is it in terms of decks. The deck layout, the tech tree picture, the calculator will all be available as per normal this season in the BBTFRG Telegram groups, in the BBTFRG Facebook page, and on the BBTFRG Discord as well. And at this point, I suppose I should mention the BBTFRG code over there. Please don't forget to use that in the shop when you're buying your instant training or your diamonds or the various other offers that they throw in there from time to time. It's greatly appreciated by me and my chocolate loving wife. What we got left to cover? Oh yeah, the tech tree, the thing you really came to have a look at. Okay then guys, let's get into the tech tree. So here we are, this season's tech tree. This is it in its entirety. Don't worry, we're going to go through it in a little bit more detail. But that's it, that's what it looks like. So obviously, gunboat landing craft at the beginning there. As per normal, your free stuff this season are the mines, the heavies, the flares and the machine guns. So yep, heavy rush is going to be the order of the day, especially at 2ER. Until 2ER dirties right out, obviously there's a few defences there. Once 2ER dirties right out, then maybe heavy Zuka will become the thing, or even heavy Zuka medic. But as you can see, there are flamethrowers and medics available there for 16 keys, as well as the Zukas for 20 keys. Also available to you is your first building health node. Need to unlock the Zukas first. Your first building health node at 26 keys, and the sniper towers down there as well. So at 2ER you can be defending your deck with sniper towers, machine guns, flamethrowers and mines as well. With the building health, enough to stop the heavy rush? Possibly. Enough to stop heavy Zuka? Definitely not, no. So yeah, that's going to be the meta moving, into 2ER. Moving on into 3ER now. There is the top path, as you can see there, mortars, bullet, boom mines, shocks, multi-node and boom cannons to a dead end. Or the bottom path, which is cannons, warriors, troop damage, brick, grenadiers, and that takes you to 4ER. Let's just whip through them quickly to take a look at the costs. So we've got the multi-node there, flamethrowers, sniper towers, machine guns. We've got mortars, bullet, boom mines, shock bombs, and then your first proto node, which this time round is a damage amp 1, a laser beam 1, or a sky shield 1. Do I spoil it at this point in time or not? Yeah, go on then. This is the only sky shield on the tree for this season, which makes this path, this dead end path, even more tempting. There's a lot of good stuff on that path, but it leads to nowhere. So base rushers, tech riders, which way do you go? Are you going to go and grab that, or is it a question of pushing on? We shall see as the season develops. Bottom path obviously is rifles, which are always handy for when you unlock Kavan. The cannon at 22, warriors at 22, troop damage at 22, Mrs. Brick at 42. So you've got the choice there in 3ER as to whether you pick up Bullet and Brick or just Brick, because Brick is on the path to 4ER. You can also duck into the middle there and pick up Smoke and Medkits too. And like I say, it's on to the 4ER. Let's just obviously tanks on a dead end node there off of 4ER. Before we get to the good stuff, and by the good stuff I mean the rocket choppers. Rocket choppers and Bullet could be a thing this season, so potentially going top path and switching down to the bottom path through Smoke might be an idea to get to rocket choppers. Obviously they're going to be strong without the boom cannons on deck especially. And if you take that path, you're also going to skip cannons and going to have to come back from scat for cannons. So rocket choppers might be really powerful. From rocket choppers, you've got this choice node, which is 2 cannons, 4 boom mines, and 2 mortars, as you can see. And then we drop down to the bombardiers, everyone's favourite range troop, the bombardiers, and next to them we've got troop damage 100%. Now that troop damage is going to benefit not just the bombardiers, it's going to benefit the rocket choppers as well. For those of you who can play rocket choppers, they are going to be quicker than the bombardiers, insanely quicker, as they can obviously fly the gaps. No troop health available for either troop yet, but that's just ahead, as you can see. But also there is the DBD and your first GBE node before you get to your troop health. And remember folks, that is the only troop health on the tree this season. From here it's a bit of a choice. You either drop down to critters, or you can pop up and grab your cryos for 36 keys. But from critters we open up a multi-node, which is 2 boom cannons, 3 cannons, or 3 sniper towers. Now obviously all of those target air defences, air assault. If you're going to have opened boom cannons, then I would imagine the natural choice would be 2 boom cannons, but 3 sniper towers or 3 cannons are also viable options when trying to defend against rocket choppers. We've also got Kavan here as well. He's 42 keys, as you would expect, and that is everything before opening up 5ER. Let's jump back over to the tree. So directly after 5ER is the rocket choppers, and again you have to make a choice between splitting, between going sort of top path as effectively or bottom path. But there is the critter launchers and the seekers. Now at this point, with people that are rushing seekers, they've got troop damage, they've got troop health, potentially got smoke, they potentially will also have bullet. So seekers are going to enjoy a reign of dominance for a period of time as well, I would imagine. Mechs there too, just before for 6ER. Coming around the other way, you've got your second proto node, which is the Simo 2 Doom Cannon 2 or Shock Blaster 2, and your second GBE node before opening up artillery, which leaves you the ability to open Sparky. And 6ER. 6ER open will lead you to Scorchers, which take you on a dead end node, 3 sniper towers, 3 machine guns, 3 mortars, and barrage. That would complete your peanut butter and jelly, as they say, if you've decided to come the artillery route before 6ER. If you haven't, you've come around via mechs, then that's something that you're going to be coming back for. With 100% building health just ahead of you, then we may see a period where barrage is useful for taking out an ER. If not taking out an ER, then certainly taking out key defences, like the shock launcher, which is just ahead of us. So that's going to sort of shock launcher, shock mines both together there. Hopefully that's going to slow down or put pay to some of the seeker hits. Not all of, but some of. And there is the building health. That will give you then 100 building health, that one. Just before the laser ladies, the disco chicks, the laser rangers, sorry. and then into 70R. Now, after 70R, we find the big yellow bus. So I'd imagine a lot of people will be rushing to 70R and rushing to the big yellow bus. So don't forget to do your calculations to work out whether you can afford to get everything in 70R, because really it's no point jumping 7 and grabbing that big yellow bus if you can't at least grab probably the troop damage node up here to go with it. But there you see we've got the multi-node, the microwaver, grappler, or the hot pot just before the troop damage 150. Down the bottom again, second hot pot, flotsam cannon or a boom surprise just before the DBD 100. That's where you'll find your GBE 150 as well. And then finally this little node here for 18 keys. Now what could we be getting for 18 keys, I hear you ask, at 7ER? Well, you'll notice that so far the pointless mine node doesn't exist. Well, there it is, the pointless mine node, only this time round they've given it to us for 18 keys rather than the normal ridiculous 38, 42, 46, 48 keys that it sometimes is. So 18 keys, it's not even a gold box, a gold chest reward. It becomes a lot more viable as an unlock node, I think, in 7ER before going back and backfilling. So yeah, that's the tech tree for season 49, Storming the Seas. Like I said, there's nothing there that I thought was really kind of, you know, set the world on fire exceptional. I quite like this dead end node at the beginning down to the boom cannon. The fact that there's so much kind of good stuff, the sky shield, the shock bomb, the boom cannons, the boom mines, but it leads to nowhere, versus the people that are going to be racing ahead to 4ER and beyond. Rocket choppers and grenadiers, I think, will be a great battle meta in 4ER. I would expect to see rocket choppers dominate for a period of time. Once bases start getting dirtier with cannons, boom cannons, these the extra cannons that are down here, then the bombardiers might come into their own a little bit more, especially if you pick up Kavan and you've got those rifles there as a meat shield. Obviously jumping into 5, a few more defences on deck, critter launchers, rocket launchers. You're going to need some sort of a meat shield, and we've got the mechs there potentially to help with that. I've always found mechs to be a pretty good meat shield in the past, especially with a little bit of troop health behind them. Obviously there's only 50% this season, but you've only got 50% troop damage to deal with at this point, unlike last season where we've got 200% of everything. Moving forward, obviously 6ER, I think, is probably everyone's just going to look to skip through that as quickly as possible, with the potential of stopping off for the building health. But I think most people will be going 6 straight to 7, 7 heavy choppers to the troop damage, and then looking to come back for laser ladies, disco chicks, whatever you want to call them, and the building health after that. And that is about all the information that I can give you for season 49. If you found it helpful, useful, informative, educational, funny, entertaining, anything in that region, please hit the subscribe button. Resubscribe to the channel if you have been a member and have membership has lapsed whilst I've been slacking. Dealing with other things. I've been dealing with some family stuff, but whilst I've been dealing with other things, then please also consider resubscribing to the membership on the channel. The details can be found below. You will see a lot more content from me coming out in the coming weeks, months, and who knows, years even. Yeah, like I said, don't forget code BBTFRG in the shop. Hit the subscribe, hit the like. Anything else that YouTube want me to do, comment below, share your thoughts, tell me what you think. And yeah, that's just about it. I will see you tomorrow night, Sunday evening, when all being well, myself and Jess and potentially Polly and a few other reprobates get together for a discussion on the tech tree once it's been released. And I wish you all good luck on the seas. Catch up with you soon, guys, and take care for now. Bye bye.